This is Comfyui batch from CSV, my custom node that I've developed for exporting CSVs out of AIMMS Storyboard Management. But I just wanted to quickly show you how useful it is if you just make it for CSV and for your own use. And what I've got here, just, you know, is the example CSV from the custom batch folder for CSV. So if you look in there, you'll find it. And it's got all these fields, but you don't really need to worry about them too much. So just put in the name of the shot name, which is basically whatever you want the file name output to be. What I'm going to use it for here, an example, is I want to fix up these faces. So I've got these people that have a really plasticky face. I just made them quickly with Quen Edit 251. And it's pretty good. I've made them out of other images and they're really plasticky, and that's pretty standard when you're getting it out of Quen 2511. What I do is I pass it through Z-Image, turbo model, with the settings at a Euler beta and denoise of just 2.2, with a really basic prompt like a realistic passport photograph of a man or a woman. Because this is how I make my characters, and this will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, 8 characters that I can use to push into other images, and I'll talk about that on another day. If you follow my Patreon, I'll post about that all the time. If you're not on my Patreon already. So this is the node here, and these are basically all of those fields and a couple of extras out of that CSV. And what I was just showing you there, which is this CSV, put the shot name that you want it to be called when it exports out. Put the ref image 1 as the file name location of the inbound image. Oh, shit. Of the inbound image. So the way you do that in Windows, if you didn't already know, you can select it, go to the home bit and go copy path, paste it in there. I haven't tested it with inverted commas with quotes around it. It might work, might not, but it works without them for sure. And the only other field you need is the positive image, which is basically the image prompt. And I need to put those two in, don't I? So, and in the most simplest form, that's it. That's all you need. So now what you do is you save that to where I've already got it saved, which is, let me just show you, inside Comfyui, custom nodes, custom batch CSV files in there, headshot improvements, already saved, and go here, and if you haven't already done it, press R to refresh, and then load one of those from that CSV folder. Set it to 1, which means it will start on the first row. You don't want it starting 0 because that's the column headers. Increment means it will go down through each row, and then up here in the run section you set it to however many of those rows you want done, and in my case 8, and that's it. You can see here where I've run it before. Put the info show anything in, because that will then give you look, I forgot to plug that in. Plug that into the save image out. Yeah, this will give you the information you used in the export ping file of the workflow when you save it. If you don't do that, then it won't, and you won't actually be able to figure out what you used to make the file. So I always use that. I left that info in there specifically for that. It will give you the row, all the row information of that from that CSV that exists. And then you just run it, and that'll just run through all 8. It'll load them up one by one. Yeah, this is just a basic, simplest, fastest version, and I just thought I'd show you, and at the end I'll show you the examples just as a comparison, and you can see the kind of quality that does on the plastic, fixing the plastic. There you go. So first one done in 62 seconds. Second one's underway. I mean, that's not bad, is it? I said image. I go through various ones. Euler beta at 0.2 seems to be about the best, keeping consistency and not losing that quality. And if you look how she looked at the beginning, you know, really plastic. So yeah, and the rest will just run through.